Welcome back to my video diary of FM24, carrying over my save as Ipswich Town from FM23. It is currently the 4th of March 2031 and we drew Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League draw. At this stage I don't think there's any easy draw. Maybe would have liked Atlanta, but they all look like tough fixtures, so let's go really. Napoli, Juve, Man City, PSG. I mean, Milan or PSV maybe, Atalanta, maybe Monaco. But they're all tough draws at this stage, so let's go for it. A bit of housekeeping. Kate got injured in the game. So last off, we showed the Benfica game. And I think Kate got injured in the next game after that against Leeds. I think it was there. Yeah, he got injured there. Biro picked up a minor injury and is now on a full-term injury after being kicked apparently by Stankovic. So he's out for a while. 8 to 11 weeks. A fractured lower leg. So we've got a promise with him. And at time of recording this, he was happy with 27 days left. I can't play him with a fractured leg, so I don't know if that means that we'll pass. I don't know if that means that he'll extend it. All I know is that he can't play at the moment, and I mean he's a good player and he's been fantastic for us. He's been one of our longest serving players, I'd say. I mean, look, we got him for 13.75 mil, and he's been pretty steady for us. He's so versatile. We can play him at left back. I originally bought him to be that kind of inverted wing back, but he can play. I mean, I've played him as an advanced playmaker in here and he's been brilliant. I've also played him here in the kind of deeper Mazzala role and he's been brilliant as well. So a big miss there, but the fact that he's complaining about lack of game time is probably because I've sort of moved beyond him, really. So Liam Terrington, develop youth players at the back from Paolo Ruggiero. So I need to start playing Liam Terrington, our 16-year-old that I promised I would develop. And what better time than in a Champions League game against Bayer Leverkusen? We've got Semedo, who is one yellow card away from a booking. And my thinking here is, even though this is the home leg, anything that happens in this game we could possibly make up in the second leg, providing that we don't get an absolute spanking. I have to say Terrington's been very good in the games that he's played, and if you look at his stats for a 16-year-old, he's pretty damn good. So I think it's definitely we've got to be a little bit ruthless and start playing him. So that's what we're going to do. And as I said, Cake's out for the foreseeable. 7 days to 3 weeks. So this is where we're at. Jake James is just about returning from injury, so he's on the bench. Gullikson still complaining about game time, but I'll be honest, he's knackered, so he needs a rest in this game. If anyone should be complaining, it's probably Gomez now. He will be sold in the summer because I want to make room for Stankovic. So, Dennis is knackered. Okay. So the team we're going to go Kundumi, Queluz, Terrington instead of Semedo, Ramos, Pedroni, Aisio, who we were holding in this defeat in the FA Cup 5th round to Fulham. I sort of made the changes. They scored first and then Lee House got an equaliser, who I have to say, he does pop up with the goals. It does feel like he gets on the score sheet. Yeah, there you go. So 7 starts and 3 goals. Even in non-competitive. So he's definitely one that we want to keep around the club. And then I brought on I rang the changes, and straight away they scored. I brought on Aisio. I hadn't brought him on yet. I think I brought on Aisio, Gomez, and Prodan, and then they scored, and I was like, how have they managed to score when Ronan Ingri, who's basically the changes I made should have made us stronger, not weaker, but maybe the players hadn't settled into the game by then. But we're going to play Bayer Leverkusen. I don't think there's much else. Yeah, we must be soon on getting our youth intake. Our candidates basically say it's a dreadful intake, but we're getting what looks to be a top prospect in the centre of midfield. So we'll keep an eye on that. That's got to be coming in soon. And I guess the only other question is what we're going to do about right wing. I don't think it's wise to start Jake James. We're going to start Jake James. Or no, we'll start Ardennes and then we'll bring Jake James on. Yeah, that makes more sense when he gets tired. But I mean, Ben Webber is there. I just don't think it's wise. And yeah, Lee House as well. He's just as knackered. How does that work? Well, Dennis did play for the under-21s just to keep him ticking over. Okay, so maybe not the strongest starting lineup we could have gone for, but it is, given the injuries we've got. I mean, Cake's a massive miss. We have had a lot of injuries recently. So we're going to go Kundumi, Queluz, Terrington, Ramos, Pedroni, Aicio, Prodan, Rogerio, Ordenes, Stankovic and Bierith. Facundo Torres, Nicholas Jackson on their team. Albert Sambi Lukonga as captain. Wow. Okay, let's go. See how we start. Throw out a bit of encouragement. It's a very, very big game. Not much happening at this stage. Terrington throwing out 6.7. I'll be keeping an eye on him. Terrington, Stankovic, and obviously need to keep an eye on Ardennes. We do have the option of sticking Prodan up front. If Bierith really is having a stinker. Not really an option we've had in previous seasons, so we'll have to see on that one. Now Dennis struggling, isn't he? It was the first highlight of the game. Albert Sambi Lukonga playing it back to Sanchez and Martin looking to play through our midfield. Lukonga straight away into Wirtz. And Nicholas Jackson comes through. Oh, he's put it away. Facundo Torres. That was Nicholas Jackson. Unless he laid that off. I thought Nicholas Jackson chinked inside. Wirtz for them is absolutely shattered. They do look tired. Show me something better in the second half. I do like that one. We've been too passive. I think we're going to go boom. We'll put you in the more advanced. Stick you in there as a ball winner. On defend. We'll play you as an advanced playmaker or an attacking midfielder. Tell you what we'll do. Advanced playmaker in support. But we'll play you as a deep line playmaker in defensive mode. Do we give Ordenez 5 more minutes? No, I think we take him off. Give Jake James a half. It said give him up to 75. Let's bring Jake James on. And still, it sounds like... Right. Beereth is doing nothing as predicted. Let's bring on... Gullickson's getting tired, but let's bring on Gullickson. Stick Prodan up front. And I mean, we can even stick Ruggiero up. Let's bring Gomez on for Stankovic, who's just not doing it. Let's leave that for now. Right, nice, a highlight. Ramos. Taking his time. Ruggiero in that deeper role. Tempted to throw him up and bring Gullickson deeper. But Gomez is through. Good save from the keeper. Don't think we fashioned many chances, so that was a chance. Got to take them in the Champions League. Gullickson with the corner. Everyone up. No one makes it. Gullickson again. Prodan's at the back post. He gets his head and no one is there. Yeah, Padroni's throwing in a 6.3. We'll bring on Mick Kelly. Let's not mess about with this. Queluz isn't playing much better. Let's bring on Neto. The problem is these players are just not as... We'll throw Gullickson in the deeper role. We can play him Mizala support, and he's not too bad at the old tackling and the positioning. Just gives Ruggiero a chance to bomb forward, really, and be in that deeper and be in that more advanced role. Maybe just cause a bit of chaos, but these are kind of the final chances now, the final changes. So if we're going to do anything, we want to do it now. But Terrington, Aisio, Terrington and Aisio. Be nice to salvage a draw at least, take that into the second leg, even if that is away. Kelly, Gomez, Gullickson, looking for Ruggiero. That's where we want him. That's a great pass. That's why we... Oh my God. Jake James back from injury. That was a chance though, and he sort of scuffed it. I think if he was fully fit, you'd like to think he'd be able to make the keeper work at least. Oh, I thought we were going to get there then. Good. Oh. Can we win that ball in midfield? It looks like... Oh, yes. Ref. All right, Prodan. Gomez. What the hell happened there? He hit the beans? Or did he hit the bar? Or did the keeper save it? Hopefully Jake James is all right. He's only just come back from injury. Right. This is like late night at the Alamo. I know I say it every time, but I can't wait for this... building work to be done so I can actually see. No rush, boys. Whenever you're ready. Yeah? Yep, you've done that. The ball's there. Let's take this. Ball in. Headed out. Really disappointing performance at home, I'll be honest. Nothing doing, is it? Nah, really disappointing, boys. You look at the players we took off as well. Thing is, that's two bad performances in a row. No, I'm not going to criticise his form just yet, but I think, have we got Palace in the middle? Yeah, so I'll play that Palace game and then I'll come back for the second leg. Okay, quit the messing around. It's time for the big one. We managed to get a sneaky little win against Crystal Palace. Tobias Gulixson on good form. And really, like, we made so many changes here. I'm so proud. Like, Stankovic and House starting on the wings. Gulixson, Ingri and Patton in midfield. Pedroni, Terrington as promised. Passos and Queluz at the back. Beereth up front because obviously Cake's out. So to be able to come out with a win is fantastic. To be able to give these players game time is fantastic. And as I say, Gulixson, like, fair play to him. He turned up with the goods when we needed it. So it's Bayer Leverkusen away. I'm not messing around this time. I'm going for it. So it's going to be Kundumi, Queluz, Semedo, Ramos, Pedroni, Aicio, Gulixson, Ruggiero, James, Ordenez and Beereth. And what I've just noticed there is, squad number wise, we're only missing Pedroni, who's on the bench because he's our number 10. Where's Pedroni? Sorry, Prodan, sorry. Prodan, who's our number 10. And oh yeah, of course, Cake, our striker, our main striker, our number 9. And we would have had like the numbers 1 to 11 starting, which is a big, big shame. He's not ready. Like, there was a fitness test beforehand. He's not ready to play, but obviously being our number 9, which is a shame. So we're going with Beereth up front, who still hasn't managed to score for us. We've got Prodan on the bench, because I kind of feel like if Beereth isn't playing, taking him off and putting Prodan on, rather than kind of swapping around, like, it'd be nice to be able to put someone fresh up front who can play up front. And you know, look, he's coming on leaps and bounds, and I'm pleased with that because it's kind of what I said I wanted to happen. But as a striker, he would be fine. In fact, he would be really good as a striker, almost worth having as a striker. But anyway, so we'll start him on the bench in this game. Gulixson deserves his start today. Ruggiero is the first name on the team sheet, and of course we've got Aicio in behind. Ordenez back and fully fit, and Jake James as well is back in action. So hopefully we can give them a run for their money. It's been a good season, whatever. Premier League wise, we're second in the table, so if we do get knocked out, we can concentrate on the league. We've been pretty lucky with fixtures. Like, our next game is against Everton, who are 18th. Like, our prior game was against Crystal Palace, who were, they were 18th. They've dropped to 19th. And yeah, I mean, look, if we get knocked out today, then, you know, we've got a pretty tough run in. In fact, Chelsea are 9th. Tottenham are 10th, Southampton are 8th, Arsenal are 5th, Newcastle. That is a really tough run in, and Man City on the final day. And there's not much in it, is there? So that's a really tough run in. I mean, what I would say in this, it might just be a season too early. Like, you look at kind of some of our backup players that we've been using. Neto, I don't know how old he is. 19, but I mean, he'll never make it. He was just there as a backup because our prior backup we sold last year and we just needed someone there. Terrington we know is 16, Mick Kelly's 19, Patton's about 19, Ronan Ingre's 17, Stankovic we bought, he's 18, Lee House has just turned 17 and just signed a pro contract, I think. Yeah, 12th of March, so Still no youth intake, which is a bit of a shame. So let's go out there. Let's get this. We know what we need to do. I mean, I am tempted. Yeah, Lee House does make it on the bench. That's good. I was going to say, and we can put Ben Webber on the bench to fill the spots, but he's been training poorly. Oh, that's an improvement. Okay. But he's going to be there's going to be a bit of an exodus over the summer. We should get the Schulz money in, and right. So Pedroni's confused. Right, the dressing room doesn't agree with today's team sheet. I find that really hard to accept. What's wrong with the team sheet? Kandumi, Quellu, Semedo, Ramos, Pedroni. I can't see anything. Am I being daft? Yeah, the revenge thing never seems to work out well for us. So I'm going to do it because it seems to always get a good reaction in the dressing room. It never works. So yeah, I don't know what the belly aching is about the team sheet. I mean, Beereth has to play if they're worried that we haven't got Cake up front. And I guess the only other one is Jake James playing. So what, we 8 minutes in, Semedo's winning the header there, Ruggiero there. Ramos finds Ruggiero. Jake James, good to see him back, I have to say. We have missed him. It's been a good opportunity to play Stankovic, and I have done where I need to, or where I can. Gullikson, Beereth, this looks good. Go on, Beereth. He's bloody done it. That's 1-0. It's a lovely move. And yeah, it's nice to see him get on the team sheet. He's been, you get like these things about how, goalless Beereth worries Ipswich. And I was quite happy just to let it go. He would score when the time's right. Just needs a bit of a chance. Especially like he's playing in teams like, makeshift teams where they've got about, well, like I said, all the 17, 18 and 19-year-olds on. And then basically, oh dear. Cooker cat out. Good. Beereth will bring it forward. And then, he's playing in a game that we're losing in the Champions League. So it's good to see him find his feet. This doesn't look good. Oh. Yep, plugged the wrong charger in. It's better, isn't it? Ramos, Pedroni. Risky ball, yeah, giving that away. Right. 27 minutes gone. And we're just going to change something up here. I'm going to go counter-attack. So, Ordenes, Jake James. It's pretty much the same formation. The only difference is that it's a counter-attack. Good. And we're charging. Right. So let's change it up a little bit. just while we weather the storm. Because we do seem to be getting outplayed here. Ooh, it's getting a bit risky, isn't it? Beereth, chase him down. Oh, I don't know. Hopefully we can have a decent spell here. Semedo to Aicio. Ramos playing it back. Can do me. Gullickson's there. Beerus there. Good save from the keeper. I have to say, I'd be taking the piss a bit, I think, if we were like 2-0 up on the night. Who knows? That's the swing of momentum. I'll save that touchline shout. You're doing well. Keep working hard until full time. I agree. Jake James not really producing the goods. I mean, are we happy at the moment with this lack of... Okay. I mean, you know, when you're away from home and wanting to stay in, Aicio with Queluz and Ordenes. He's only gone and done it. It's Mika Beereth. It's 2-1. Yes, we are happy is the answer. We are happy with the lack of highlights. I mean, I don't know how we've done that. Mika Beereth has basically just turned up. So, what, we're on 59 minutes? Jake James, you're coming off for Stankovic because Stankovic things. Rogerio having a bad game. Gullickson playing well. He's just the sort of player that you just don't want to take off. Like, he's our star man. Even more so with Cakeoff. You just don't want to take him off. We'll just make the one sub for now. What's happened here? Oh, for goodness sake. Penalty awarded, of course. What's happened here then? Oh, it's ours. Oh, I thought it was to them. Beereth puts it away. I don't know how, but we're 3-0 up. And that's quite exciting. I don't know how. Like, that is the most smash and grab thing. We're going to give Terrington some game time again because we basically have to. Because of a promise we made. And we might as well make 2 subs at the same time. Don't want to upset the balance. Pedroni is on a yellow. I think that means he'll be suspended for the next match, actually. All right. We're going to do this. And if we end up getting knocked out, I accept full responsibility. Oh, Dennis playing well. So my little counter-attack change obviously done the job. Right, what have we got here? So whatever subs we make now, basically it needs to be both of them. I like to make use of all my subs just to give game time. So Pedroni on a yellow. He's going to miss the next match anyway. He's looking composed. I'm not too fussed with that. Aicio's always aggressive because he's got like 18 in aggression. So I'm not surprised he's looking aggressive. Who do we need to give game time to down here? It's give Lee House a bit of a run out. So, I mean, if we screw this up, this is totally down to the substitutions on my part. And we're going to bring Passos on for Semedo. Now, there is method to this madness. Is that one, they get a bond together, but two, Semedo's another one that if he gets another yellow, he's suspended. And we're going to need him, whoever we draw in the next game. So yeah, let that clock off. An amazing hat-trick for Mika Biereth. What are we on, 79 minutes? Not now. Not now. Oh, for goodness sake. He's absolutely scored an absolute... He scored an absolute thunderer. Oh, no. So that 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Right, 90. 6 minutes. Right, unless they score with pretty much the last kick of the game, I think we're home and clear. That is massive. That is incredible. I was not expecting that. 3-1. Mika Biereth masterclass. I'd like to see the penalty situation. What happened there? Proud of everyone. That was unbelievable, Jeff. And it means we carry on in our pursuit in the Champions League. Mika Biereth. Now we play Everton, who are 18th in just a couple of days. These players are not going to be fit. Just win. Certainly, but yeah. Okay. Okay, very good. I see. Yeah, well, that's nice. I mean, as I say, he is doing incredibly well and coming on leaps and bounds. I fully expect him to get that extra star. Like, he's always the top trainer. Like, so yeah, it's good to see. In actual fact, let's have a look. Do we need to change his training? So, no, probably not. No, I would say that's a good place to focus. 8.27 million in the bank. Praise him. You know, he's had a really tough season. When you look, 26 appearances, only 8 in the league, come on as a sub in 18 of them. You know, overall 18 starts and 14 goals. It's not a bad return. Yeah, he's suspended. Pedroni gets his fine. Oh, it's another one of these where they do this in between. All right. So these game matches, I assume, are in a week's time. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, we might as well come back for whoever we draw in the next leg, in the next round.